Welcome back to JDA Football. On this episode, we're going to be bringing you the classics, the general news, the match reviews, Manchester City European ban, and that big 8-0 win for Wigan against Hull. But first, let's go into the general news. Actually, first, how are you guys? Let's go.
I am spiffing. Let's use a new adjective.
Spiffing,
yeah.
Yes. Very spiffing.
I don't have a clue what that means, but okay. How are you, Joe?
Nervous, honestly. For anyone who doesn't know, Aston Villa are playing Everton right now.
In 5 minutes.
5 minutes till kick-off.
Yeah.
And I would have said Anthony Gordon hat-trick, but he's not playing for some reason, so a Wobie hat-trick.
Right.
Nah, Trezeguet hat-trick.
Let's get into the general news. So, Alex, what have you got for us first?
So, first off, Manchester City are going to play Champions League next season after their 2-year ban from European football was overturned. Obviously, it's great news for City. They thought they were going to be out of the Champions League for next season. And it's probably also bad news for some teams like Leicester, Chelsea and Manchester United, because that is one less space to get into the Champions League next season, which could make the season a bit more controversial with only 3 games left, or 2 games for some teams in the Premier League this season. So, yeah, it's going to be a very intense last 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, we'll come on to that later when we do a bit of a debate. But what else is there, Joe?
So, the Premier League and the EFL have announced their summer transfer window dates. The transfer window will take place between July 27th and October 5th. Which is a bit late, but you got to account for the lockdown. And Premier League and EFL clubs have agreed a separate domestic window from October 5th until October 16th, which means basically teams within our country, teams within England, will carry on being able to sign players from within the country between the 5th of October and the 16th of October.
Yep, and to follow on with some new rules, the FA have came out this week and said 5 substitutions will be allowed next season. And they've also said each competition will be free to decide whether they want to use the additional 2 substitutions or stay with the 5. So, yeah, that's quite interesting. What do you guys think about that
one? So it's a competition's choice. I can't see the Premiership carrying on with it next season. But I don't see the point anymore, because the R rating is going down, meaning there's less people being infected every day. Cases are going all the way down, and the risk to the footballers is just getting less and less and less, especially with the amount of testing within football. So the 5 substitutes, in my opinion, was never really for the virus. I think they were just testing out something new, but I think it should remain how it was.
I think they also did it because they weren't sure about player fitness and what it was like going back into Corona. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. What about you? What do you think, Alex?
Well, I don't really see the point of carrying it on till next season. Obviously, I could maybe understand why they did it going into the last 10 or so games after the break that we did have. But yeah, all the football players are gonna be coming back from about a 4 or 5 week holiday, and you can't expect them not to be fit after 4 or 5 weeks. Like, they played 10 games of Premier League football, and if players are getting unfit after 5 weeks, it's just they shouldn't be a professional footballer. And next season, I think the Premier League should be doing as much as they can to get everything back to normal. And if they're just carrying on with these ludicrous ideas of having 5 substitutes, then I don't know what they're thinking really. Like, substitutes normally are made for tactical decisions, and if you're having 5, then it just completely changes the game, in my opinion. Like, you could be 2-1 down
cycling
with
through fresh players.
Yeah, you could be 2-1 down with 10 minutes to go, and you'd have 4 substitutes to bring on. It's just making it 10 times less easy for the team that's trailing with 20 minutes to go to get back in the game, because the other team are going to be as fit as you, if not fitter. And yeah, it just makes it 10 times harder. So I don't really see any point in this.
Yeah. What else have you got for us, the World Cup news-wise, Alex?
Oh yeah, they've confirmed the schedule for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And yeah, it's going to start on Monday, the 21st of November. And there's going to be 4 matches per day, which is, I think that's normal, isn't it? In the group stage, 4 matches per day in a
Yeah.
World Cup.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and the final is going to be held at 5 p.m. on December the 18th, which is a bit of a weird one. We're not really used to having the World Cup so near to Christmas, but
Weird.
yeah, I'm sure it'll be a very good holiday for a few football fans around the world. So, yeah.
What about you, Joe? There's some Bellingham news, I believe.
Yes, there is. Jude Bellingham, originally from Birmingham City, has arrived in Dortmund for his medical. Set to be the most expensive 17-year-old in the world in terms of football, with his transfer fee believed to be 26 million. 26 million for someone a year older than us. Just let that sink in. How
Jeez.
much is he getting paid?
You've given away our ages there, Joe.
Ah, shame.
I mean, Harvey Elliott, he's a year older than us, and he's playing for Liverpool. I mean,
Dude,
Jesus.
He's our year.
Is it?
He's
Oh my God. I thought it was a year
not.
older.
He's
Wait.
probably, to be honest.
Is Wayne Rooney like? Was he 16 when he left us, or was he 17? Because I think that was something
or
like
18.
30 million, and yeah, that'd make Jude Bellingham the second
Yeah.
most expensive teenager, which is it's still ludicrous, but yeah.
Yep, and going from Birmingham up north, and our Marcus has done it again, I'm telling you. Marcus Rashford is becoming the 3rd Manchester United player to receive an honorary doctorate. I don't know how to say that. From the University of Manchester. Obviously, Bobby Charlton and Sir Alex Ferguson getting one, and this is what he had to say. It's a proud day for myself and my family. When you look at the great names that have been awarded the doctorate, I don't know how to say that. In the past, it's
Doctorate.
that one, Joe. Hold on. But yeah, that's all the general news. Now we're going to go and switch over to the match reviews. And last time we left you with Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace, and we gave our match review on that one. So Tottenham versus Arsenal. Alex, I know you've watched this game. It was a big one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Tottenham versus Arsenal. Obviously, Tottenham. Wait, did Tottenham? Yeah, Tottenham won, didn't they?
Yeah, 2-1.
Oh yeah. So yeah, another bad day for Arsenal. I'm sure they would have extremely liked to have got the 3 points over Tottenham. I know both teams are battling for a space in Europe, and yeah, very very good for Tottenham. I know they've been poor recently. They have had a few wins, like the Everton match and the Newcastle match, which we're going to come up to as well in a few games. But yeah, they've been poor, and they're still managing to grind out the results. So yeah, very good for them.
But
Yeah.
if you look at the stats, Tottenham have only 37.3% of possession, which to me just shows the poor defence from Arsenal. That shows that Arsenal, because it's 2-1, Arsenal have been pushing forward. They managed to get a goal, but Tottenham seem to have destroyed them in the counter attack there.
I mean, can we put some respect on Alexander Lacazette's goal? I mean, that was a beauty of a goal. Top left.
Yeah.
What an absolute thunderbolt. And then Son scores the winning goal. But yeah, going on to the next game, Bournemouth versus Leicester City.
Oh.
Now, this is probably one of the best games in the season that I've seen. I mean, Leicester 1-0 up at half-time with Jamie Vardy. And then second half, Junior Stanislas gets a penalty, converts it. Then Solanke gets 2. And then before the Solanke 4th goal, I think it was, Johnny Evans scores an own goal. And I've never seen anything like it before, I don't think. But yeah, it was a great game. Soyuncu got sent off for kicking King or Solanke in the back of the leg for pushing him in the net. But yeah, that was a very good match. The next game was Manchester United versus Southampton. Now. This is something. Stuart Armstrong, Alex, I messaged you. Stuart Armstrong should have been sent off on Greenwood. Do you see that tackle?
I know.
Disgraceful.
Yeah, it was. When I was watching it, and I was like, surely that should be a red card. And yeah,
The thing is, they didn't go back
you didn't
to
get one.
VAR, did they? It's like
Nah.
so stupid. But yeah,
Yeah.
Marcus
VAR again.
I know, yeah. You can't rely
Every
on it.
week we're talking about it. It shouldn't be like this.
But yeah.
Every single week we have an issue with it. And every single week they'll come out and say, it's our mistake. We made the wrong decision. Do something about it, honestly.
But yeah, Southampton went in front with Stuart Armstrong and it was sloppy defending by United. And then Rashford and Martial get 2 goals in 3 minutes. And yeah, Martial's goal put some respect on that as well. Tony Marshall, what a goal as well. Cutting inside, brilliant goal. And then in the 96th minute, Brandon Williams clashes heads with Walker Peters. And we're 10 men down because we've used all of our substitutions. Ward Prowse, what a free kick taker or set piece taker. He swings one into the back post. Lindelof, I don't know what he's doing with Obafemi, but he just taps it in. And Southampton managed to get the draw. But yeah, the next game was Chelsea versus Norwich City. Now, did anybody watch this game? I only saw the goal.
I did. I watched the second half, but yeah.
What was it, Matt?
So yeah, it did end 1-0 to Chelsea. Another very important win for them to keep in contention with 3rd and 4th place, which is obviously the Champions League positions. They did have 22 shots to Norwich's 2, but yeah, they didn't take their opportunities anyway through the game, except from Olivier Giroud's goal just before half time. And yeah, that was enough to grab the 3 points off an already relegated Norwich. So yeah,
22 shots from a team like Chelsea is shocking. 22 shots with 6 on target is the stats. We talk about teams being clinical, but that's not, that's a polar opposite.
You can see why they're getting Werner on. He's more clinical. But yeah, the next game was Newcastle versus Tottenham on yesterday, I think it was, the Wednesday. And Heung-min Son got an early goal for Spurs. Matt Ritchie responds in the 56th minute. And then Harry Kane gets his 2 goals, which puts him up to his 200th club career goal for Tottenham, I think it was. So yeah, there's a stat
200?
for you. Yeah, quite impressive. And then the next game was Burnley versus Wolves. And there were, I mean, a bit controversial at the end with that penalty, but Jimenez, what a shot that was. I don't know if anybody saw it, but Jimenez, it came off the back of somebody, or I don't know what's happened. It's in the air. Jimenez has just struck through it. And it was a brilliant volley. And then Chris Wood at the end getting the penalty that I thought Patricio was going to save, but yeah. Wolves.
Jimenez is absolute class, in my opinion.
Yeah, he is good. I'm sure his price will be boosted up after this whole project restart. I mean,
after this season. Jesus.
Yeah, and then 2 more games left, and it's Manchester City versus Bournemouth, 2-1. Alex?
So yeah, David Silva, I think, scoring a free kick in the 6th minute. Very good free kick, and obviously putting City ahead, and then Jesus doubling that in the 39th with a very well taken goal. And then I think Bournemouth were very unlucky to not get out of this game, anything out of this game, with having 15 shots against a very dominant City side in terms of possession. And yeah, Brooks does get a goal in the 88th minute from quite a nice counter-attack, actually. And yeah, I think Stanislas did hit the post with a free kick earlier on in the game. So yeah, that was very unlucky for Bournemouth, and yeah, they really needed some out of that game.
Yeah, and the next game was 2-1. Arsenal won against Liverpool. Very controversial game with Liverpool. I mean, Joe, if we're looking at the stats here, Liverpool had 24
dominated
shots.
Liverpool
dominated. 8 shots on target. Oh my god.
Honestly, I looked at my phone halfway through this game, so I was flicking through Snapchat. Like 5 different stories pop up saying Arsenal have got away with this game here. Oh my god. Everyone was kicking off about it. Liverpool, almost 69% possession. Nice. 24 shots, 8 on target. Again, not exactly clinical, but that screams of absolute domination compared to Arsenal's 31.1% possession. 3 shots, 2 of them on target. Slightly more clinical than we've seen him in the past. Lacazette scored again, which to me shows he's pulling back into his good form because he's scored 2 games in a row. But yeah, I don't know how Arsenal got away with this after Liverpool having all that possession, to be honest.
Yeah. So
If you
yeah,
let Liverpool run with it, normally they'll rip you apart. Don't know
yeah,
what's happening.
hangover.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alex, if we're looking, so match views are done now. But if we're looking at the championship view from the past week or so, there was one big standout result, wasn't there?
Yeah. So on Tuesday, Wigan did absolutely thrash Hull City at the DW Stadium, 8-0 actually. It was 7-0 before half time. Just the 7 goals. And yeah, there was one standout performer for me.
Let me guess,
Getting a
Kieran
hat
Dowell.
trick
Kieran
and a
Dowell.
goal.
Was it the Everton loanee? Yeah. Oh, right.
It was Kieran Dowell who did score a hat trick, and he did leave the best till last. If you saw that, what a volley it was! And yeah, we actually did have 5 loanies playing in this game. 2 were on
Right, Joe.
the
Does anybody
opposing
care,
end.
Joe? Joe, do we care about the loanies and everything? We just care about the
No,
skill,
but
don't we?
it
Right,
was
Alex. Thank
8-0,
you.
and
Thank you, Alex.
Matthew Pennington was playing at the back, and he conceded 8 goals. So he's going to be a legend for us. So yeah.
Great.
He could be playing in your first team next season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Screw Jordan Pickford. Joking. Right.
Camille Lowe got 3 assists though. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that. Good start though.
Didn't
But
know
yeah,
that.
anybody who thought that was the biggest league win in the second tier of
It was not.
it wasn't. Yeah. I don't know what I was going to say then, but yeah, City won 10-1 against. I think it was. I want to say Lincoln. No, it wasn't. Huddersfield.
No, it was. Yes.
Yeah, Huddersfield. So yeah, 10-1. Surprising.
When
For
was
me.
that?
In like
1987.
90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was quite a while back, and that's when City were rubbish. So I don't know. Huddersfield must have
Still
been really
are.
bad. But
City,
yeah.
City aren't rubbish now.
No, well, you've actually leaded us onto a good one there. And Manchester City, I mean, the ban that everybody expected to happen hasn't happened. It was nothing. It didn't even get dropped to a 1-year ban. It was just a 2-year ban to a 0-year ban. And Manchester City have got away with it again. I mean, I'm going to come to you, Joe, because this is an absolute disgrace in my eyes.
Yes, Alex actually brought this up before, but we're going over it again because City have got away with murder here. I don't know what they've done to get themselves out of that ban, but I'm thinking they've greased a few palms there. That doesn't mean anything dirty, Alex. Quit giggling. Yeah,
And he
I
had a go
reckon
for me at popping the cherries.
No, that was Joe. That was Joe. That wasn't me.
No, I'm joking. Sorry, Joe.
They've definitely done something with money to get out of that, which is kind of ironic, seeing as money is how they ended up with this ban.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
I think it was twice that they got caught. 2012 when they won the league, that whole Aguero moment, which I want to get out of my head. And then 2016, they also got caught as well, I believe, with signing 2 fullbacks for like 120 million, Benjamin Mendy and Kyle Walker, upon other transfers. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this, Alex?
So yeah, I mean, if it's, I don't agree with it at all. Like City, they've spent money, and UEFA are trying to lock down on teams not spending over a certain price cap. And if you're just gonna tell them they're gonna get punished, and then just don't punish them, there's no point in teams not spending these ludicrous amounts of money. And I feel like if you're gonna punish someone, don't look deeper into it. Like, just do it and then look deeper into it and say, look, you'll get some money back from it, because teams have to be punished more than just financially, because we've seen with plenty of teams like PSG and Manchester City, they've got enough money to buy their way out of everything, and they you can't just make money the only way to get out. So yeah,
But
they
if
should
it
lock
was
down.
a team like Aston Villa or Everton, we wouldn't get away with it because we haven't got the money like the bigger clubs do. And I'm sure City will have wormed the way out of it with some partnership or something, or they'll have paid them off.
Yeah.
But to be honest, you can't treat clubs differently depending on the amount of money. And yeah, it's just disgraceful that they've gotten away with it 3 times already.
I'm not.
It should have been
3
the
or
final
twice,
strike.
times.
They've been caught so many times.
Yeah, I mean, all the City
We have
fans.
just hit the bar.
I mean, City fans do hate UEFA from other past bans and other issues. But I was talking to Jason yesterday, and what gets me is it basically he says FFP is dead, and it sort of is now, really, if you think about it. Because if City have paid off these, that means virtually anybody can do it. I know some clubs don't have the funds to do it, but if you like your PSG, Liverpool, Barcelona, Man United, all of them, you can.
Even Juventus.
Yeah, Juventus, all the big European, you can just literally pay them off virtually, and they'll just say, "All right, okay, we won't give you a ban." It's just so stupid how it's run. And
Like, money is the whole reason they've got the ban in the first place. You can't just say, "Oh, just spend more money and you can get away with it." It's just stupid.
yeah, and all what was it? Yeah, the only thing that they've came back UEFA with is a £10 million fine, which I think is a pretty ridiculous, because that's like a quid to City.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could
that's pocket money to that. That's pocket money.
they could sell John Stones and only get 20 million.
But what gets me is, like, Chelsea are a big club as well, but they actually got a 2-year ban from like transfers, but City don't get anything. It's just
Right, I'm pretty
corrupt,
sure.
innit?
I remember Chelsea did some with like signing young players or something like that who weren't like.
Yeah, it was different with Chelsea. They were signing a load of really young talent and not playing them just so other teams couldn't get them.
Yeah, and it's.
Which is wrong. There shouldn't be.
But
there wouldn't be a way out of that.
But it's nowhere near as wrong as just buying the league over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Now, if Chelsea are forced to stop buying players for buying players, surely City should stop spending money for spending money.
Yeah.
Like,
It's-
yeah,
it's
that's
just
the way I feel it should be.
the
There
modern
has
day,
to be limitations on bigger clubs, definitely.
yeah, like the modern day football is literally, if you want to win, spend money. That is literally the only way. We've seen it with Leicester, but like that's one off. Let's be honest. I mean, you're always gonna have to have money to win something. Oh, don't you?
Yeah. I'm just hoping some Arab investor will come and pick up Villa and push us all the way to the top, and then leave, because I don't want to be all about that money.
But
All
Newcastle
about the base.
are meant to be coming into quite a bit of money as well. But I think some Saudis are having a bit of disagreements with the Premier League being broadcasted. So I
Yeah.
don't know what it's about, but yeah,
They were the Saudi government were illegally broadcasting, I think.
I think
Yeah.
we went over it in the ups and downs video we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go and watch that.
Yeah. Go and watch that video if you haven't already.
But yeah, that's our thoughts on the City issue, and I think that's a wrap up, really, isn't it? I think we're done.
Yeah, I think that's a wrap.
Yeah,
Pretty speedy one there.
it was.
Holgate's injured again.
Imagine having
What is it?
Yeah,
What's the
Brantwaite's
score?
coming on. It's 0-0, but we've just got Holgate back from an injury, and he's been injured again in the same minute. And yeah, Brantwaite's coming on for his next 20 minutes. He's played 20 minutes for us, but he's conceded 2 goals. So yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Is this Freeview?
No.
Oh.
But yeah, we might be doing some live streams in the upcoming days. Who knows? But yeah,
From
we've got
inside
some
St.
other
James's
videos coming
Park.
out that we've already pre-recorded. That should be good for you. And yeah, hope you enjoy, and make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and on Spotify, give us a follow if you're just watching this for a one-off. But yeah, that's bye from me.
And me.
And me. Thanks
See you in the
for
next one.
watching.
Come on, you Irons.